I think the one thing that I would that came out of that for me, Adam, was that the most important bit was the bit that tells you it's outside of the banking system.
Yes.
I think what's happened to Nigel Farage over this
Yes.
last
Yeah, I was just
uh,
going to say that.
crucially important
Exactly.
that you can do as much as you possibly can to stay outside of that banking system because as we've seen, it's a big risk. Just by thinking the wrong things, you can be debanked.
Yeah. And imagine if you've got all of your retirement with, with one institution and you say something that they don't like, and then everyone else follows suit. I know with Nigel Farage, I was following it quite closely, and there was 9 or 10 bank accounts that he'd applied for that he'd been
Yeah,
refused. So they're all kind of in it together. That you get rejected from one, and it's almost as if there is a central database that they're all getting this information from, and
there is.
there's a red mark against your name, and that's it. So I totally agree with you, Matt. Being independent, which then puts you in control, it
Yeah,
is the key. Um, so yeah, we urge people do something, and then you can have full free speech because you're not reliant on anyone else to, you've not got to kind of go to the beat of someone else's drum. You can do and say what you want. I'm sure you've had that experience, Matt.
yeah, very much so. It's been an interesting few years from that perspective. And I guess there have been times when I've thought, blimey, should I really say that? Because if I say that, this might happen to me.
Yeah.
Um, Fortunately, I've come to the conclusion that I think it's far too important to
Yes.
not say anything. So I've came to the conclusion that I have to speak out and I have to say something. And if that means there's repercussions, then I'm willing to fight those repercussions as and when they come along.
Sure. Sure. That what you were talking about before when you're questioning whether you should say something. I think that's really powerful because it's a form of like self-censoring. You start to self-censor because of the things that might have happened to other people, and then the job is being done for these people because you're censoring yourself, and they don't
Yeah,
have to do anything. They make an example of a couple of people, and everyone else takes note and changes course. And I think the really great thing about Nigel Farage, whether you love him or hate him for what he's done in the past or what he stands for, is he has been very public. He's gone out of his way to talk about all of this, been very vulnerable with all the information, and he said, "I'm going to keep fighting this fight, and I'm not going to stop." And that can only be a good thing, putting the power back in the people's hands.
yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more, mate.
Mm.
Well, I've been itching to say something, guys, but he's been screaming and carrying on in the background. Yeah, Mister. Hey, so yeah, I've been itching, but yeah, you covered everything now. I think people, hopefully, after watching this, they've got the message, haven't they? It's just to
Hope
try and
so.
be as independent as possible in every way possible,
Yeah,
not just finance, but anywhere you can.
Yeah.
yeah. There's some great information in there, and I think you're right. I think the worst thing you can do is do nothing.
Yeah.
Mm,
Do
mm,
something, and if we can help you on that journey, great. But ask questions. Ask loads of questions of us, of
mm.
any provider that you've got, and take back control.